That's not the case in the VOD, so you don't have to worry. And here we go, folks. Janook in the purple trunks playing Terran right down to the southwest of the map versus his opponent, Liquid Tyler in the green trunks playing Protoss. And we said, hey, you know, Janook's going to get more aggressive. That's one definition of aggressive, I suppose. I guess he took that one to heart. He really did go all in on that one. If that attack had failed, he would have probably lost it right then and there. Probably would have GG'd, and I wouldn't have blamed him for it because he'd thrown all of his SCVs at it. And people were wondering, oh, well, didn't they fix the priority of those now? But did you watch what was happening? Janook pulled that off brilliantly, because what Janook was doing was he was pulling his SCVs away when they got targeted, which means that the Zealots actually went for the Thor instead. It's a very sneaky maneuver, honestly. He was literally ping-ponging the damage between the SCV and the Thors. A gutsy and incredibly technical maneuver. Janook pulled that one off exceptionally well. People thought maybe, oh, SCV plus Thor pressure's dead now with the patch. No, it isn't. It's just altered slightly. It was just busy, it was chilling out, and now it's back with a vengeance. Ooh, that was the second match. We got more to come. It's going to be fantastic. I wish I could say more during the... You know, I should talk slower during the opening phases so I can actually spread the strategy out. So we've got... And we see here Tyler. You know, this is kind of... it's what I like to call L-core casting. Feigned interest. Liquid Tyler building gateway. Muted excitement. Assimilator following up right here. The sad thing is, I have heard the occasional YouTube caster sound like that. Thankfully, not very many, but please get some vibrance into your voice. This is a battle, folks. It's a war. People are fighting. Janook fighting. Tyler fighting. It means you need to be enthused for them. Now, Janook, what are you planning on doing? You're going to do that again? It's not looking likely. Not yet, anyway. Hasn't grabbed that second Vespene geyser. Hasn't built the reactor yet either. Does have the gas for it. Pumps out a single Marine. Will he follow it with a reactor? We'll find out. Nope. Looks like he's going to change things up a bit. Of course, against a great player like Tyler. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Tyler will not fall for that again. So we're going to have to see what Janook can pop out of his hat this time around. Done the same strategy twice. Worked very well the second time. Tyler, nice little setup right there. Always a good idea. I've seen even some Protoss, God, that's awkward to say. I've seen plenty of Protoss actually forget that single pylon is the most vulnerable point in their entire infrastructure. They build a single pylon, their opponent comes in, hey, look, a single pylon. Suddenly all your production's down and you can't reinforce in your base. Problematic. Still no reactor going up. Janook with the second refinery. Wonder what he's going to do. Might decide instead to go for heavier mech play or perhaps straight into Banshees. That would probably be a smart move. Tyler with robotics facility once again. Again, becoming way more common to go straight into that on one gateway. Why? Observers. So very cheap. Much more preferred now to build observers. They don't cut into your build order as much as they used to. The question is, there you go, folks. Looking very likely. Now, the question is, I have to ask, will Janook go for the Hellion? Nope. Not bothering with the Hellion right now. Like I say, you can do that. What you can do is you can build a Hellion, then follow it up with a tech lab, and that will all be done in time for you to swap around for the starport. Very likely right here that he is going for the Banshee's approach. The only other thing I can think of really with that starport there, plus the tech lab, is maybe, just maybe, he's looking for some mech drop. But again, no sign of an armory, so no Thor drop, and siege drop, probably not. Not really the map for it, honestly. Not really. 2 gateways coming up for Tyler. There we go, and there is the pylon. Yes, they're building pylons. The Protoss are building pylons. Unbelievable. Observer on the way out for Tyler. He's going to spot and see what he can spot, but that's a long-ass run all the way over there. It's going to take him some time to scout out. Following up with the tech lab right here. Banshee is on the way for Janook. Smart move, honestly. His opponent doesn't really have too much to deal with that right now. He's gone for Sentry, which indicates he's going for pretty quick expansion. So Nexus on its way up for Tyler. The problem is that Nexus is going to be extremely vulnerable to the match. Ooh, fancy. Cloak's on the way as well. Now, I have to wonder whether or not Banshee Cloak will be a little bit more unpopular with Terran versus Protoss as a direct result of those observers now being so damn cheap. You can have them all over the damn place. Much more effective. Of course, no forge out for Tyler yet, so he's not going to be able to spot them with that, but he doesn't need to. He's got his observer out, and what he also sees, more importantly, is this right here. A lesser player wouldn't notice this, but look, this is spinning. What does that mean? It means it's researching something. What is it researching? Well, it sure as hell ain't Seeker missiles, I can tell you that for a fact. So that is suspicious. I have to wonder if Janook will actually abandon that. He hasn't cancelled out of it yet, though. Still looking for the cloak. Observer coming out straight away. That's the response from Liquid Tyler, and it's a good one as well. Warps in additional stalkers. Wow, that's a lot of sentries as well. He's already got 5 good anti-air firepower available for him, and he will move his observer out there to cover the mineral line. Moves 2 stalkers to the back, which is enough to deal with the Banshee. That will be devastating if Janook decides to go for it. Doesn't look like he is, though. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. Might be able to snipe off a couple with them, but again, that Banshee's not going to be all that effective. The cloak is always up. I mean, the timing was great, no question, but now 2 observers there, and one of them is going to go straight for the mineral line unless I'm a complete idiot, in which case it might not. Very likely that it will. Can you keep an eye on that? Yes, he can. There you go. Straight away. Tyler saw that one coming a mile off. In the meantime, however, don't worry, all is not lost. Continue to pump into siege tanks, look for an expansion as well. And since you've got that, might as well grab a Raven. That might be a good idea. Is he going to lose that? No, he's not. Janook playing very carefully right there. Oh, nice. Very nice range there. Slightly outraging the Stalkers, takes the pylon for free, and also supply blocks his opponent. However, pylon almost up, so that's going to be very temporary, and there we go. 2 more pylons to reinforce that. But again, take a pylon for free, can't really complain. Tyler playing quite cautiously now. Banshees, 2 Banshees up. He can hopefully menace both of them. 3 observers up in the air, though. So again, not quite as effective. Stalker Strike Force moving around. That Stalker Strike Force is going to be taken apart if he cloaks. Decides not to go for it. Unfortunate, perhaps not entirely sure whether or not he had an observer. He could have taken at least 1 Stalker, maybe 2 for free there. So that is unfortunate. Once again, menacing from both sides now with the Banshees. Only a single kill there for Janook. In the meantime, though, what's his response? Well, he's got his expansion gun up. Forge on the way for Tyler. Tyler completely sick of this nonsense. Don't really blame him. Siege Tank Force on the way for Janook, though. A lot of pressure he can apply there. No Immortals up, so a lot of damage he's going to be able to inflict with that. But what I'd be more concerned about is the fact that Tyler just has a larger army. Simple as that. More Zealots warping in. That's going to be 10, 11 for him. 11 Zealots, 7 Stalker, 5 Sentry. Up against 2 Banshees, 4 Siege Tanks, and 14 Marines. Robotics Bay on the way as well, and there's the Immortal. Did he scout the tanks? Very likely. Okay, aggression coming on right now. Or at least defense. Possibly defense. Also defense. It could be aggression. It could be aggressive defense. It could be passive aggressiveness. Janook decides to write an unpleasant message on his Facebook wall. It's true, Tyler might notice it, and if he does, that could affect the way that this game goes. It's a strong build. It's a dangerous build, preferred by female players. Now alienated half my audience. Oh, who am I kidding? Siege tanks deployed, and they're not letting anyone in there. Absolutely not. It's a good area of denial. Very hard to break. But unfortunately, because he's playing so defensively, Liquid Tyler's going to end up getting a base ahead of Janook, and that's going to be critical in terms of the economy. Janook is so very far behind right now in terms of his economy. I've got to point this out. Tyler saturated that very quickly. Protoss very good at that. Very quick. Way ahead in terms of his economy. While Janook has a strong defensive line, it's still given Tyler the run of the map. Those Banshees not proving to be effective, but they will still at least be useful in the fight to come. Still do good damage. Pretty good against the Mortals. Pretty good damage from them. Fairly rapid fire. Got to get shot out of the sky by the rest of the stuff, but hey, if you're careful with them, you'll be fine. Twilight Council on the way for Liquid Tyler as well, looking for some flexibility. Nice! Infernal Pre-Igniter. Delicious. Haven't seen any Hellions come out yet, but a smart move considering how many Zealots his opponent has, as well as, of course, those Sentries. Light, very light units, very easily taken apart by Hellions with Infernal Pre-Igniter, and of course, also looking for some possible harassment. That would allow Janook to hopefully gain the upper hand in terms of his economy. And right now, he is so very, very behind right now. Really, really not great. Janook getting plenty of gas, no problem at all. Sends out a barracks to scout with. Sensible plan, pretty difficult to bring down. He'll at least be able to spot this expansion right here on the gold minerals, but it's very heavily guarded. Tyler continues to expand. He's got 2 Colossi, he's got 13 Stalker, 5 Sentry, and Immortal, and 11 Zealots. He's up against 5 Siege Tanks, 30 Marines, 1 Raven. Do the Siege Tanks have Marine Shield? They do not, but they do have Stim. No level 1 weapon upgrade either. Oh dear. Templar Archives on the way for Thailand. That's going to rip their way through there. That is going to be unpleasant, but at least Janook now knows what he's up against. Templar Archives on the way up will be followed by the Amulet, I would think, pretty damn quickly after the Psionic Storm is up. Feedback won't benefit him too much, but... or at all, in fact, looking at that. But Psi Storm, very devastating. Good against stationary targets, able to get the full duration off, especially against siege tanks. They don't die to it, but they take a lot of damage, more to the point. And Marines, on the other hand, they get torn into tiny little pieces. That ain't good. Ooh, Janook, sneaky. What are you planning on doing with that? Looking for... oh, yes, harassment on the gold mineral line. That's what we're talking about. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's good. Drives him all the way where it needs to get the hell out of there, though. Does he have an observer? He doesn't! No observer at the gold expansion. Whoa, okay, freebies. Can he get a Colossi? He's looking for it. Oh, there we go. Brings the observer in. Followed right there by the observer. Needs to get the hell out of there. They're doing very well. They're going to lose one. No, he doesn't. Janook with the deft maneuvering. Very nice play right there by Janook. Stalker blink on its way. That's going to shut those down even harder than before. Looking to flank. Snipes away at it. Now he's going to lose him this time, unfortunately. Not dedicating his firepower to anything in particular. Can't try to take that Stalker and scissored in right there and crushed. Janook sorted out right there, but the question is, what is he going to expand to? He could go over there, but it is pretty risky, very difficult to defend. Janook decides enough is, quite frankly, enough. He already has the armory, hasn't really used it for anything, hasn't got any upgrades with it. No sign of Thors right now. Pushing forward with bunker defense. Nice grab right there. A good scan. A smart scan. You can see the blur, folks. It is possible. Either that or we just scan ahead and saying, hey, maybe there's an observer here. Why not? Got the energy for it. Oh, Caterin Amulet coming up. That's a lot of extra energy for that. And I've got to say, those High Templar could potentially be devastating. Oh, wow. Roasting time. Anyone want to throw some on the barbecue? Psi Storm. Ow, loses the High Templar in the process. Oh, better get the hell out of there. Destroys almost the entire mineral line. That was effective. That was very effective. Infernal Pre-Igniter being used very well there. Takes the High Templar for free as well. Can't really complain. Those rocks. Oh, this town ain't big enough for the both of us. Janook ain't having any of that. Gotta say, Janook looking pretty damn impressive right here. He got a lot of firepower at his disposal. Still no upgrades of any description for them. Marine Shield finally on its way. A little bit late. I wonder if Tyler will go in before that, because of course those Colossi will do a lot of damage, and the Psi Storm will do much more damage if that Marine Shield is not up there. More to the point, it'll do the same damage, but it'll kill them faster. There you go. 4 High Templar warped in right here for Liquid Tyler. Charging up them storms. And of course, since it's got the amulet, they are ready as soon as they warp in. Already scanned out by Janook. He's pretty much got this area covered. There is a way in. There absolutely is a way in. You could avoid that entirely. Oh, wow. More Banshee harassment up there. Janook able to snipe off yet more. That's very good. He's done some great damage right there. Takes 5 kills. Here's the warp in for the Stalkers. Can he kill one? Looking for it. Probably can. And doesn't have an observer to defend himself anyway. That's great Banshee play there by Janook. Excellent Banshee play. In the meantime, Protoss ground armor level 3 on the way for Thailand. Oh, there goes the cloak. Needs to snipe off that Stalker while he gets the chance. Continues to harass that Nexus. That's going to be no good for him whatsoever. In the meantime, Tyler under pressure. There we go. He's had enough of this nonsense. Colossi fireball lancing the way through the refinery. Gonna rain some death on him, though. That's a lot of rain, so bear that in mind. Here we go. Stalker fireball being brought down. Not good enough, though. Pushed away very nicely indeed. Whoa! Stim Marine straight into the mineral line. Nice dance there by Janook. More economic destruction wreak. Janook is actually now ahead in terms of his economy. Very well done. Minimal losses right there. Unit loss is pretty much equal. Wow, Janook is following that one up with something fierce. That is a lot of firepower he's got at his disposal. He's got 10 siege tanks. He's got more on the way. Still doesn't have any upgrades. That's going to hurt quite a bit. Liquid Tyler already has level 2 ground armor. He's looking for level 3. That is going to be painful. That's going to take a lot of damage off of that. Especially off of the Marines. That's going to ruin those Marines. Janook doesn't see that. This is the one area that Janook is vulnerable. Tyler knows it. He's going to be able to sneak his way straight past there. Is he going to force an undeploy? Is he going to go straight for it? No, of course not. He's going to have to undeploy. That's not what he wanted at all. Oh, God, that base is toast. Lots of fireball being brought down right there on the factory. Doesn't do it. Deadly Colossi fireball looks for the deployment. Already losing several as he goes. Janook is folding right here. Wow, Psi Storm devastates that line of Marines. No chance. No chance. Very well done there by Tyler. No way. Janook taken out very rapidly. That one weak point in his defense is exploited to the fullest right there by Liquid Tyler. Forced to undeploy, and that was it. Didn't want to charge into that C line, but there you go, folks. There you go. And Janook lagging out. An inopportune time to do so, honestly. But there you go. Well, that was awkward. Apparently he typed one thing and suddenly that dropped his entire connection. Yes, game to Tyler, folks. There's no question about that. Tyler's got that. GG, folks. GG.